Welcome to the American Dream TV. I'm your host, Katie Miller, and today we're in historic downtown West Texas, and we're going to go see the History of West Museum that tells all about how West was founded and the original Czech and German settlers. Let's go check it out. So now we are in downtown West in the History of West Museum, and joining us today is Mr. Dennis Pustejovsky. Dennis, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about how and why this museum started?
Well, the museum itself actually started about 10 years ago. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary in June of this year. And a group of individuals here in the city just decided that, hey, we need a museum. And so it started out that way. A board was selected, decisions were made as to where the museum could be located and how donations could be obtained to get it all going. So here we are today, 10 years later.
So this museum is both about the city of West itself and its history, which is heavily influenced by all of the Czech and German settlers.
You're correct. A lot of people don't realize that the city was actually established well before the Czechs and the Germans came into the area. It started out as a stop on the Chisholm Trail during the days of the cattle drives, and then after the Civil War, a gentleman by the name of Thomas West came to the area, purchased land. He did that in an effort to attract the railroad, which was wanting to expand into the area. Once that occurred, then in the late 1800s is when the Czechs and the Germans came into the area.
So the room we're standing in now is before the Civil War and before all of the settlers came into, correct?
That's correct. In fact, West wasn't even known as West. It was known as Bold Springs because of the springs that were located in the area and made it attractive to the cattle drives.
So Dennis, tell me a little bit about this display.
You'll notice that this museum is separated into a lot of different categories or different galleries. This little area right here is dedicated to all the doctors that were in the area since the establishment. From the very first doctor, Dr. Wiley, who was actually one of the first mayors of the city of West. We're currently in the Ancestor Gallery, and what this room does is it has displays of all the photographs of all the original German and Czech ancestors that came into the area, starting around the late 1800s. And in addition to the photographs, you will also notice artifacts such as this wagon, which was the original wagon of one of the earliest settlers into the area. The Czechs were really into farming, and along this wall here, you will see some of the early tools that were used for clearing and cultivating the land in the area.
Yeah. This looks like a pretty bumpy ride in this wagon here.
It really does. The first thing that I noticed about it too is when you watch TV and you see all of the old Westerns, the wagons look really huge.
Yes.
And if you look at this, it's not big at all. It's hard to imagine a family having to travel in something this small. What I find amazing is we'll have a lot of visitors in here, and I'll be walking through with them, and they will see photographs of great-grandparents or great-great-grandparents that they've never seen before.
So people who have ancestry and family history here in West can come here, and you guys help them find their grandparents, aunts and uncles, things in here.
You're correct. And a lot of times we've had visitors come in to the museum and come into this gallery and see photographs that they've never seen before. I myself have looked at some of the photos over here and of my just grandparents, and I had never seen their wedding photo until I came here into the museum.
So Dennis, now we're here in a room that's dedicated to one of the darkest days in West history when the fertilizer plant exploded on April 17th, 2013. Tell us what we have here.
That's a day that I think everyone's going to remember. This room is dedicated to the 12 first responders that passed away on that day, as well as the 3 civilians that also died. From what I understand, that was the largest number of first responders to die at one time since 9/11. I think everyone's going to remember where they were that day. Being West, the way the people are, I say if you drive through that area right now, you're going to find very few vacant lots. Almost everyone wanted to move back into the area and resume their lives.
Yeah, this is a great place where people can come in and really take some time and pay their respects, and you have a video playing about that day and people can learn more about it, and I think it's very important for people to come and see. So Dennis, now we're in a room all about Westfest, the annual Labor Day festival that we have that brings people back to town and tourists to town to learn all about our Czech heritage.
West Fest was established in 1976. In fact, we're coming up on the 50th anniversary of West Fest next year.
Yes.
But like you said, this is a chance for a lot of the former residents of West to come back to celebrate, honor their Czech heritage.
And I know a lot of people in town, businesses in town really look forward to this weekend. You know, it's a 3-day festival and it's a big influx for our economy. So we really welcome those people coming to town. Dennis, we have really enjoyed catching up with you today and we really appreciate you sharing your time with us. I hope all of you enjoyed learning more about the history of West Museum as much as I did. I'm Katie Miller, your host of ADTV, and I can't wait to see you next time.